It's like she goes for the lowest common denominator all the time. And to me, if you do that, you know, to me that's the easy road to take with someone, pointing out their flaws, their physical shortcomings, or what have you. If that's the way you have to operate, then to me, you yourself are showing yourself as the lowest common denominator, because that's as high as you can go. You know, it's like people who will make fun of me for my physical shortcomings and not taking the time to understand, not taking the time to know my backstory, even though it's available for everyone to watch. Not taking the time to realize that there's always more than meets the eye. So when Jane walks by, or when Hammerhead walks by, and she's like, what the fuck is wrong with your neck? That wasn't necessary. And that's kind of the point. I know that's the point. Like when someone attacks me physically, it's like, was that necessary? No. But that's the point. It's not necessary. It's the easy road. It's the path of least resistance because it's the easiest path to take. It's easy to make fun of someone for their looks or their body or, what have you, because that's all you have to go on. And to dig any deeper would take work on your part. Who needs to do the work when you can just judge someone for what you see and not for who they are? And again, I'm not trying to go down some holier than thou road, or there's been a couple episodes where I get really just like bogged down in like self-reflection, and I don't want to like do that, but this show has unexpectedly made me reflect so much on myself and my own life and stuff I've went through. You can identify. I think most people can in some way. There's self-identity. Who are we? Rita's trying to figure that out. I can definitely identify with Larry and feeling like a piece of shit, just not fitting in and not understanding why and I was never abused growing up for that. I was just abused for other reasons. At home. At school, yes, I was very much bullied. I've talked about it before. To try and pretend you're someone you're not, and I've done that too. I've tried to deny who I am and who I was and am and all that. So I can identify with Larry, 100%. And the fear. We talked about the fear. 100%, yeah. And that's a luxury. That's a luxury that a lot of people have, that a lot of people don't understand, is fear. Like, imagine being afraid of who you are, being afraid of people finding out who you are, being afraid to go in public, being afraid to be with someone in public, being afraid to do anything because the repercussions could be very severe, and they have been for me, which I've also discussed. So I 100% understand where Larry's coming from in that respect.